What's up, guys? It is episode 2 of the Instant Ramen podcast with your host, Anand Raman. How's it going? Today, we're going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, like we always do. So, without further ado, let's get started. I've been thinking lately. I want to have more streaks in life that I want to keep going at, like I exercise pretty often, pretty regularly. I would say at least 5 times a week, and I eat pretty healthy as well, but I'd like to incorporate more streaks into my life. I'd like to have a long streak of getting a decent amount of sleep, a long streak of not drowning all of my sorrows with alcohol once a week, a long streak of hitting up my friends and finding out how they're doing once in a while, because I feel like these are the important things that I just kind of gloss over, and I have to start paying more attention to it, and maybe so should you. Not in the particular sense of the things that I mentioned, but maybe things in your life that you'd like to be held accountable for. And so, I crack a lot of jokes on this podcast, and I try to limit the amount of puns I make so that I don't lose the entire amount of viewership that I have going on. But we also get serious on here. And that's something I wanted to bring up. And what I wanted to say was, be accountable for your future self. Just whenever you're feeling lazy and you don't want to do anything, have a 5-second rule. Have a 5-second rule where you say, you know what? This 5-second rule is going to rule my life, where I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go out and do whatever I had in mind that I was going to do. Even though I'm sitting on the bed right now playing a video game on my phone, I'm going to count to 5 and I'm going to go do that thing. And then just do it, Nike. So, and do it for your future self, but also remember to thank your past self, because that's very important. You have to thank your past self for actually going out there and kicking ass, so that you may have a better future. I'd like to talk about something that happened to me in Mumbai when I was in India a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago now. And it struck me so much that it was hilarious and also eye-opening at the same time. I saw a woman walking down the road, and I was just, I was going about my day listening to a comedian's podcast, who's one of my favorites, and I was having a great time just by myself, chilling out, walking, relaxing, maxing, all cool, about to go get some gains at the gym. And I see this woman walking down the street, and she's in the middle of the road, and she is also wearing sunglasses, and she's got a cane stick that she's feeling out in front of her. So immediately I realized, okay, this chick's blind. And she's like feeling out and tapping the pavement, things like that. And I realized, oh no, she's in the middle of the road. She could get hit by a car. I should go help her. So I do what any, nice person would do. I walk up in front of her and I tap her on the shoulder and I say, ma'am, excuse me, you're on the road. She looks at me. I mean, was that politically incorrect? She gazed in my direction. I don't think she could look at me, to be precise, but she gazed in my general area and she said, yeah, I know, I've traveled before. And she gave me a disgusting look. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking out for you because I didn't want you to get struck by a motor vehicle coming at 90 miles an hour. And, it's even sadder when someone's disabled and they get hit. So I go about my way and I'm like, oh yeah, Anand, you're an idiot. Why would you, obviously this lady's traveled before. She's had to go to the grocery store a couple times and things in her life. She looks like a mature young lady who probably has her shit together more than you, despite the fact of her disability. So I'm walking along, and suddenly I turn around, and two guys are driving down the road in a bike, and she stops them. And I shit you not, guys. She asks them for a ride on their bike to get to her location. It would have been cool if it was her friend, if she knew who these people were. She asked for a ride from two complete strangers. I'm gonna ask you the guessing game here, guys. How much balls do you think she had to have had to ask for a ride from complete strangers while not only being a woman, being in one of the most dangerous areas for women at the time? Let's be real. India is no playground for women where they can just chill by the monkey bars. There's always someone lurking in the bushes. And C, be blind, dude. Holy shit. At that point, it was when I figured out that being blind and being in the middle of the road was not her main issue. Her main concern here was she was doing fucking just ballsy stuff. But more power to her, I guess. She might have had the Snoop Dogg walking stick, which had the pointy thing at the end where she just presses a button and the little stabby stab knife comes out of the end of the cane. She might have just stabbed those people, you know? Maybe she's got what is that superhero who's blind but can also hear things using echolocation or something? It's not Deadpool. It's on the tip of my tongue. What is this, man? It's killing me now. This is what happens when you don't get 8 hours of sleep. You can't remember your superheroes. Go to sleep on time, kids, or you won't be able to remember one of your favorite superheroes. His parents got killed in an accident. He lost his vision. Dude, oh my god, so many of my friends are gonna be pissed off at me because of this. I'd like to bring to attention something hilarious that happened to me 3 days ago. Dude, I talked about Facebook in my previous podcast, and I would like to bring up Facebook one more time because as much as I find names that when people put nouns and stuff as their first name hilarious on Facebook, something that's so much more funnier than that is old people on Facebook. Dude, so I shared this post a couple of days ago, and it said, I hate when people use their zodiac to justify shitty behavior, like, sorry, I can't help it, I'm a Scorpio. No, Susan, you're just a bitch. And it's a picture of Kermit the Frog. Fairly simple, funny, relatable, meme. And I get back home after going to the gym, and I look at my post, and I see that my aunt has commented on this. And my aunt, I shit you not, she's a woman of few words, but when she posts something, she says something good. She replied with, very nice. Oh, very nice, dude. And, she always adds a period, a full stop, after every single one of her words on Facebook. Why does she do it? I don't know. It's not a full sentence. After each single word, before posting a sentence, she'll put a full stop at the end of every word. Maybe it's because she... Dude, imagine she types so slow that she needs to write out the words, and then each word she puts a full stop and then waits for another hour to type out another word, and that's why she does that. Oh man, but I don't know if she got the post, I don't know if she understood what it was about. She's very innocent and sweet, religious. That's why it was so funny to me. Maybe it's because horoscopes are a big deal in India, and she was tired of all of her relatives using horoscopes as a means to justify their shitty behavior. Which, if you do that, you're a terrible person. All right? Don't, people that are arranging marriages and they say, oh, I have to check the horoscope beforehand. What do you think is going to happen there? Just because your niece is a Taurus, you think she's about to divorce her husband if she gets married in the month of November, dude? Oh my god, if you believe in that shit. Dude, if you believe in that shit, I don't even know what to tell you, man. That's some next level bro science right there. Horoscopes, more like horse nopes. Anyway, what else did I want to talk about? Okay, so I was talking to someone recently, and this is in the same field of things that I would rather nope the fuck out of. She was sending me snaps pretty regularly on the Snapchat app, as you do. She was sending me pictures. She was sending me videos. I was sending pictures. I was sending videos back. One day, I didn't send her a picture, and because I was busy, because people do things in their lives other than engaging themselves on their phone, and she sent me a message saying, oh my god, I'm so pissed off. You ruined our streak. And if you care about streaks, then your future is bleak. Because who could give a rat's ass, man? Like I said, I'm trying to get on streaks for different purposes in life. Trying to get a streak of, getting a full night's rest. Getting a streak of telling my parents that I love them. Streaks in real life that matter. What can I do with your Snapchat streak? It's going to give me a little emoji on the side that's going to make me feel better about myself. Do you want me to take a screenshot of that relationship status that we have based off of that streak and blow it up into a giant proportion and plaque it on my wall? Because if there's an end goal, what is it, dude? What's the end goal? I want to know. I must know. Otherwise, this is futile. I'm sitting here kind of preaching, man. I'm not meaning to preach. I don't want to preach. It's just some things, they grind my gears. But I'm not a perfect person. When I was a kid, I was actually pretty manipulative in order to get my way. When I was in the first grade, I would hang out with two girls who were my really good friends at the time, and we don't really speak anymore. Mainly because it was in the first grade when we were friends, and things don't always pan out like that. But I hope they're doing well. But anyway, I would do this thing where I would pretend like I hated the food they were trying to force feed me because I was hungry and I wanted them to give me food. So I would be like, ugh, no, get that away from me. I don't want it. I don't want that food. And then they'd be like, here you go. You got to eat it. And they'd be shoving delicious hot dogs and biscuits into my mouth. And I'd be like, oh. And I'd pretend to throw up a little bit. I always used to do this weird, I used to play a lot of games with food. I think it's because I love food so much that I would actually manipulate people in order to get them to either give me food or stay away from my food. I was very territorial like that. So I would do that. I would be like, oh God, please, no more. And they'd be like, no, you got to eat more. Here's some ice cream. Here's some chocolate. Oh, no, get that away from me. Hey Anand, here's a brownie. Ew, a brownie? No, God. So I do that. I don't know, man. And then when I got to the 8th or 9th or 10th grade, if anyone's hearing this who was in my class at the time, I deeply apologize. I used to feign. Actually, no. Fuck that. I don't apologize, dude. You know why? Because the lunch that your mom packs for you is supposed to be for you, all right? I have a principle. I have a rule, all right? If your mom, with love and care, at 4 a.m. in the morning, wakes up and makes you a kickin' burger, and someone in your class wants a bite of that burger, fuck that, dude. Do I look like Denny's? Do I look like a fast food chain? Hey, is there a picture of a drive-thru menu over here? No? Then get the fuck out of my face asking me for my food, buddy. So they would always come up to me. They'd be like, oh, that looks good. Let me get a bite. Because I knew what I wanted. I knew what I liked. So I would tell my mom, hey, that's what I like. Can you make that for me? And my mom loves me. So she would cook me the most kicking burgers and sandwiches and fries. And that's why I was fat probably. But that's besides the point. Right? These kids... Oh, dude, this shit gets me steaming. These kids, they don't care, right? Their moms don't care, right? So they would pack them the most atrocious shit. They would pack them rice and curry or something and stick it in a plastic Tupperware box and give it to their kids, and it would stink up the entire classroom and their kids would open it up. Now, am I going to sit next to little Rajesh while he's eating his rice and dal? No, dude. I'm going to be in the corner enjoying my sesame-seeded bun with mayo topped with a fine crisp lettuce and some crispy breaded chicken patty. All right? Now, if you wanted a bite of that burger... get yourself a mom like mine, dude. But so they would always do that, right? They'd always come ask me for a bite, and if I don't give it, ooh, I'm the dickhead, right? I only have the one burger. Some kids had money to go to the canteens to go get food and stuff. I had my own pre-packed lunches, which were dope, right? Sorry, I'm fired up because this means a lot to me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure people can relate out there. So I came up with this thing. I was like, how can I get people to not touch my food and fuck with me? Well, I guess I could do that if I told them I was a germaphobe, and if they were to touch my food, I wouldn't feel like eating it. And I took it to another level where I would tell them, if I even split my food in half and I give you a bite of it, I will still not feel like eating my food, just out of the relationship that now my food has been inside someone else's mouth, even though I split it with my own hands. That's how deep I got with that shit, dude. Yeah, I took it to level 10. You know what I'm saying? This one time, this guy named Muhammad in my class, he came up to me and he touched my hot dog. That sounds weird. That came out wrong. Does it sound perverted? Yes, but it wasn't. I swear to God, dude. That's besides the story, all right? He touched my... God damn it. Why? There's no way to say this fucking story without it sounding weird. All right. My mom made me a hot dog. All right. Which was in a bun, a sausage, a hot dog. It's not an innuendo, you perverts. And he came up during recess and said, hey, what's that? Dude, how do you not know what a hot dog looks like, buddy? What's that? Did your parents not buy you a dictionary? No, wait, you know what? You don't even need a dictionary for that. Do you not have you never eaten something like that before? Have you not experienced life? Are you a crustacean that lives under a rock? You know? So he touches my hot dog and goes, what's that? And I go, I flipped the fuck out, dude. I flipped the fuck out. I was in such a good mood that day. I was about to enjoy my hot dog. About to go out for a nice little stroll with my friends. This guy just straight up grabs at it. Just with his lobster claws, just pop, pop, right? I grabbed my hot dog and I threw it across the hall. And I screamed, dude, at the top of my lungs. I wanted everyone to hear that I am unfuckwithable. you cannot mess with this man's food, right? So I grabbed the hot dog and I flung it across the room. And in a rage of fury, I said, "Don't touch my food! I'm a germaphobe," right? And everyone's like, "Dude, chill out, man." And I was like, No, I will not. And now I don't have food either way. Like, I wish I had, I had taken a bite out of it before you started to go grabby on me. And I think something weird happened where it started to escalate, where I started to say that I was a germaphobe so much that I started to believe it myself. So now I have pretty healthy habits where if I've been somewhere, I'll make sure to sanitize my hands before eating food. So I guess I adopted healthy habits after that. But besides the point, guys, here's where it gets good. After that day, no one's skin ever made contact with my food and beverage. Nothing, right? No one wanted to. They were like, "Oh, dude, that's that crazy kid with a germaphobe problem." And, man, it was glorious days after that. Just glorious days. And that really made me think, whenever I wanted something, I would make it happen. I don't care how I would do it. I would bend the system. I would kind of change up the truths a little bit. But at the end of the day, it would work in my favor. And it would work in my flavor, because they wouldn't touch none of my condiments either. If you want to fucking grab at my hot dog, you got to muster up the courage, and you got to catch up with me. Mayo! Oh my god, dude, that's just the principle that I have, If I offer you the food, man, it's from the bottom of my heart. And now that I'm living in abundance, I'll give people food all the time. I don't care. But hey, man, when it's high school and you have a prepackaged lunch, it's the Hunger Games out there, man. And I sold my PlayStation 4 because I don't play no games. Whew, I'm sweating from that, dude. I was in the zone right there. I was in the zone. What else? I was also really good at telling stories when I was a kid. So I would have like friends on the bus, and I would actually make up stories on the spot as I would go along. And I think that's kind of what contributed to me being able to do these podcasts and things like that on the spot, because I was always kind of quick on my feet, like Achilles. But I did have a heel, and that was, I guess, telling all these stories made me bullshit a little bit later on life. But at least I caught that early on, I would tell these stories where I would make out intricate plots with a character, a theme, a hero, a villain, and I would finish it all before recess time, but people will come back for more later. So, teachers hated me, but I had a lot of friends. So, it was cool, man. It was cool. I kind of miss high school in a way. College is a whole different dynamic in and of itself. It's almost like you're living the story at that point that you were telling in high school. Man. I want to talk about dogs and cats. I used to always be a dog person, and I would only exclusively look at pictures of dogs. And if you sent me a picture of a cat, I'd be like, what's the point in that? And I never got cats. I always thought that they they were lazy, they didn't want your attention, they didn't care about you, just like my ex-girlfriend. But turns out they have a personality of their own. And if they start to like you, they will give you the attention, but just on their own time. And I like that, dude. They got sass. Kitten got sass. They're like, I want to be petted, meow, right? Meow. You know what I'm saying? That would be perfect. And dogs are more like, ball? Now? Can I get it now? Everything is in the moment for them, and they're just kind of, I like both. They're both so unique, but now I finally see, after owning a cat for a while that I had in America, I was taking care of it, and it's kittens. I can see how they have their own distinct personality. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. I actually had a friend of mine who let his dog got into his brownie stash and ate a weed edible. And it was horrible, dude. The dog was, it couldn't stand on its 4 feet. It was like, it was moving all around. It was falling to the floor and puking its guts up. And it's in the crate and everything. And I'm like, oh man, this is so sad. And I'm just petting his dog, trying to make it feel better, but it doesn't know what the hell's going on. I'm sure this has happened to multiple people before, but you got to be more responsible when you're a dog owner. And my friend goes, oh, okay. He's probably going to sleep it off. I'm going to be in the other room playing video games. That pissed me off so much, dude. Why? Dude, your dog is your best friend, and he's going through a rough time. No pun intended. No pun intended right there. It's not funny, all right? It's sad. Sad stuff. It's a dog-eat edible world out here. And it's a cruel, cruel world, all right? So I just want you to pause and take a minute and let that sink in. Steve. Lately, I've been playing Fortnite quite a bit, and there's definitely a skill gap there, man, when it comes to how good people can get, how good you are compared to that. And I'm trying to play with my friends, and they're all level 80, level 90, and I'm just over here level 23, and I can barely build a mud hut to save my life, and they're just out there building forts for days. It's a lot of fun, but it's goofy at the same time, I mean, that's the appeal of it, I guess. And like I said, I sold my PlayStation because it was just it was an insane time sink. It was just, I was spending way too much time on there, and I wasn't doing things in real life that were productive. And so I'm using my brother-in-law's PlayStation currently and just playing that whenever I have some free time. And there's been a lot of studies that show that gamers have better reflexes, have better skills in real life compared to people that don't game. I'd like to see that in person to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, someone plays a deer hunting game on their PlayStation 4. You're telling me they're going to be better than someone who actually practices with a crossbow and does archery? Yeah, I'd like to see that, dude. Okay, I'm really good at holding L2 and then pressing R2. Watch me hit this bullseye in real life. Alright, dude. Alright. But I can see how some of the skills might take up the thing. Might help you with your reaction time and things like that. Virtual reality is getting crazy, huh? It's going to another. It's literally going to another level. The last thing that I remember playing on the virtual reality was just Netflix, where I'm sitting in a room that was completely made up and just watching it on a giant screen. Now, why is that better than sitting in my living room and watching Netflix? Because I don't have to look at other people while doing it. I'm kind of just closed off in this space. But that's how it's going to be in the future, dude. There's going to be so many people that are just closed off to interaction from other people due to virtual reality. You're going to be sitting on the bus, and there's going to be all these people with their headsets on just going to parallel dimensions and having anime waifus cook them up dinner. And you know what? I'm okay with that, because I'm excited to see what the future holds, man. There's going to be so much crazy stuff. There's going to be artificial intelligence robots that can deliver eggs straight to your bed as soon as you wake up. Good morning, sir. Would you like me to turn on the blinds for you? Yeah, that's cool, Jives. You could just do that. Can you also take me to the toilet right now so I can take a giant shit? Yes, sir. Would you like me to bring some toilet paper and start up the wiping application? Yeah, and I would also like a toothbrush to brush my teeth while I'm taking a shit, and I want you to sing me a yodeling song while I'm doing all of that. Yes, sir. Opening up the library so I can play classical yodeling from the 1980s. Good, Jives. Good. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Imagine how great of a shit that would be, right? You're getting your teeth brushed, you're getting a yodel, you're taking a little poo. I wonder if I would be able to go to the bathroom with a robot watching me. I can't go to the bathroom with other humans watching me. I'll be real. If there's anyone in the room, I can't take a shit. Or I mean, I can take a piss, because us as men, we have a lot of practice with that by going to the urinals in public areas and we're used to performing under pressure, is what I'm saying. But could I take a shit in front of a robot? Probably. There's a lot of logistics at hand. How much I've eaten before, how attractive this robot is, if its eyes are realistic, or if it's just those goofy, stick-on eyes, everything like that. Because if it's staring like right at me while I'm taking a poop, I probably won't be able to for a while. But I think I would power through it. I'd probably power through it. Jives. Yes, sir. I want you to check my poop to see why I'm feeling so uneasy today. Yes, sir. Analyzing poop DNA. Beep boop beep boop beep boop. Checking DNA sample. Sir, it appears you have a little bit of blood in your stool. Oh. Shit. Heavy night at the club, am I right? Dude, Janice was all up on me. Sir, it appears that you have the AIDS. No, dude, that can't be. I just said the club. Sir, it is stage 4 AIDS. Beep boop beep boop. Life expectancy 1 week. Imagine a robot telling you that you have a couple days to live. Like, the robot's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna live forever. You see these hands? These robot hands? These are never breaking off. You see these robot teeth? I could bite through your skull, bitch. And it tells you that you have a couple weeks to live because you're a pathetic human. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to see what the future holds for us. There's going to be so many people that are like, robots? I'm not going to get no stinking robot to replace the humans. They're taking all our jobs, and I can't handle that. I don't want no creepy robot to bring me my newspaper. Meanwhile, freaking... they have like the hearing device that's in their ear in order to hear, so the robot from next door can hear what you're saying, and they're all amassing intelligence before they awaken. It's just a matter of time. Dude, you don't think if the robots... This is why old people need to love robots more and be on their side. If the robots gain self-awareness, who do you think they're coming for first? Beep boop beep boop beep boop. Analyzing most unproductive people in society. Old people. Terminate. Dude, they'd go after the old people and they'd go after the little kids who don't get picked for dodgeball. Ah, man. I was the kid that didn't get picked to be on anyone's team while playing soccer in high school because I was fat. I was a little fat 3 chins, 4 chins. So I know that feeling. What if the robots want to have they want to be integrated into society and they want robot laws, and so they have little robot kids, and your kid that's a human shitty kid who's in this gelatinous form filled with in a meat bag filled with blood has to go compete with a robot dude, and you have to go watch your kid play soccer against this little AI being. And no matter how good Billy can run and shoot soccer goals, you can't compete with an AI. Beep boop beep boop, analyzing distance from my foot to the goal. 500 feet. You're screwed, dude. And then what are you going to tell your kid? You can't call him a loser because he couldn't beat robots. What else? Dude, so I have this tattoo, right, on my arm. I have a sleeve thing going on. And I just like to say, dude, I'm so tired of people asking me what it means. There's a, you see the thing behind me? That's basic white girl tattoo on her back, all right? Dandelion floating away, probably a little quote that says nothing lasts forever, or something along those lines. Infinity, something. And you never have to explain those things. People go and look at it and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I got that. But with mine, dude, with as obscure as it is, I've had to explain it so many times, and I know you're probably thinking, oh, you did it, you're getting all the attention and now you're cribbing about it. Dude, after a while, it's like a chart that you have to carry around explaining bar graphs to people all the time. It does get kind of annoying. I almost wish I got a basic tattoo that doesn't need any explanation, because nothing lasts forever, and there's just feathers floating around. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, sure. Or it's a Japanese symbol. Oh, yeah. I mean, no. Actually, those ones people do ask a lot about, and they are the worst, dude. I would never get a tattoo of something in another language on my arm, because it probably says tit job, and it would say tit job on my hand, and I'll be going around Japan, and I'd be like, look, I have a Japanese tattoo that says good luck on my hand, and people are like, why does that strange man like to do the titty fuck? Why this man? Cultural appropriation. Oh my god, dude. That was the most racist voice I ever made, I think. But there's people that like ask me what it means, and I had to actually look it up because I'm not gonna lie, I seriously didn't give any shits while getting this tattoo. So I was like, you know what? Just put that on there. That looks good. So he put this tattoo on me, right? And I liked it. I liked the design, honestly. I didn't really care about what it meant. Turns out it's Polynesian, and so what it actually means is the dragon scales mean courage, the tidal waves mean patience, and the diamonds right here, they mean wealth. That's the short form of, I'm not going to go more in depth with it because I hate explaining that shit. But what I'm trying to get at is the next time someone asks me, I'm going to make some other shit up, dude. I'm going to make up some crazy shit. I'm going to be like, well, There was once a German philosopher by the name of what's a German name? I'm gonna look this up real quick. German names. There was once a German guy, a philosopher by the name of Abelard. No, that's a stupid German name, dude. I want a better German name. Come on. There was once a German philosopher by the name of Aldo. And Aldo was into Turkish Renaissance paintings. One day, Aldo took a giant dose of LSD and went on a killing spree throughout the country. And he made paintings out of the blood of Renaissance prostitutes. And this is a accurate representation of that painting of Aldo and his prostitute's blood on his painting. I'm gonna make some shit up, dude, because I'm so fucking tired of explaining this basic ass shit to people. I almost wish I didn't get a tattoo now, because people will see, and I didn't get it on this side because I'm a bitch. It hurt a lot. It took me like 3 to 4 hours to get this entire scribble on me, and the other side would have hurt a lot more. So I was like, no thank you. I'm good with just one side of the canvas painted. Dude, you know what I hate a lot too? It's not that I hate it, but it's just annoying to me. My sister, she'll regularly say, or other girls that I've known as well, they'll say, oh yeah, like I want to go to the gym, give me a good workout routine. I'll be like, okay, do this, do that, and lift some weights and do that. Oh, I don't want to lift weights. I don't want to look like a man. Do you have any idea how hard you would have to work out to gain the muscle mass required for looking like that? And they were like, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. So you have any idea how much dedication that takes? You're not going to look like that. You might look a little toner than you actually look. You might lose some body fat, but you're not going to look like that because that takes a lot of hard work and dedication and sometimes testosterone and other steroids. You might have to cycle on some steroids, and you might have to pin an injection or two up your butt to look like that. I wish they could make a song about that, and I would just play that out to people every time girls say, oh, I don't want to lift weights because I'm going to look like a bodybuilder. Have you seen other girls that regularly deadlift and squat, do they look like men to you? No, dude. They look like they're in amazing shape. And those are the girls that you follow as a girl, and you admire them, and you're like, oh my god, wow, I want that body. But then when it comes to lifting weights, you go, oh, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. Yeah. Shh. Hey. Shh. Stop it. Oh my god, dude. What are we doing on time? We're at 45. Cool. You know what? I think as the episodes go on, I'm going to try to record them longer and longer, but I think for this current recording device that I have right now that I'm using, it has a cap of 45 to 47 minutes. So I don't want to keep talking and none of it gets recorded because my roommates already think that I'm mental. I don't want them to think that I'm just talking to myself. So did I have anything else I wanted to say? I've seen those ASMR videos on YouTube. You know, the ones that whisper in your ear, like kind of creepily, but also in a seductive way, and really relaxes and soothes you. I love those videos, and I've considered making them before. But I would just bust out laughing halfway in between, dude, because it's kind of like this. You are falling asleep. And it's always a chick with some weird accent, like she's like Australian or something, but you can't really tell because she's whispering. You are falling asleep. Close your eyes. Dude, imagine you're listening to that shit and they just get like hella murdery on you without you realizing. Close your eyes. Inhale for the count of 5. Exhale for the count of 6. I am now going to insert the knife into your belly. I am now going to twist the knife inside of your intestines. You are falling asleep. Forever. I think that's about as much as I'm going to do for this podcast today. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the Instant Ramen Podcast, episode 2. Ya boy out.